Hi, everyone, and welcome back. My name is Debbie. This is the Mind, Body, Soul Evolution, and today I want to talk about the deeper meaning of a lie. Yes, and this is based on my personal experience and how I'm navigating this, and this is a very current situation. So, today is Thursday, October 2nd, so happy October, everyone. And I found out that my in-law family, that somebody in my in-law family created or made up two lies, about one about me and one about my family, and then somebody else was perpetuating those lies. So here's the thing: no one has the right to make up a lie about anybody, right? And if you find out that someone is lying about you, you have the right to set the record straight. I set the record straight, and that caused a problem. But it caused the problem for the people who were involved with the lie. But let's back this up a little bit, because we often say that people's words and their actions are a reflection of them, and it has nothing to do with you. So that's yes and no, but I want to help us to navigate some of these stresses of life, because all of us have been on the receiving end of somebody talking bad about us or making things up, or someone just not liking us. So I'm going to, Martini is here. I don't know if she's going to jump up or not. Coming? Okay, she's stuck. Coming up? Coming? There she comes. So, what is the deeper thing underneath the lie? So it's bad enough, right? Somebody says something about you, they make something up that's not true, or there's a part of a truth to it and then they elaborate on the story, or they're talking about something that's maybe true, but it's none of their business. So let's back this up. When somebody says something about you, let's bring it back to us. And again, we tend to say, and myself as well, it has a lot to do with them and their story and not a lot about you. But when someone says something about you, whether it is true, whether it is not, whether they're talking maliciously, whether they're trying to cause harm and hurt feelings or pain, right? So the first thing we can do is first get frustrated, right? Get mad, get angry. Set the record straight if you need to. Like I said, I set the record straight. And in doing so, I upset the people who are perpetuating the situation. But the deeper look is, if our feelings get hurt, if we get angered, if we get frustrated, there's always a universal law at play. So the question is, where are you separated from yourself? That's the question for you. So if you look at your astrology, and you want to look at your sun sign, the sign you were born under, and your ascending sign, the sign that helps you to become who you were meant to be in this life. And if you don't know how to find that, you can go into a Google search engine, type in, find my sun, moon, and rising or ascending sign. It'll give you some websites to go to. You type in your name, your date and time of birth, your location of birth, and it will tell you what that is. So, and then you want to look at your sun sign. Now, I will give an example. I'm a Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising. I'm a triple, so not too many triples in the world. So my sun, moon, and rising are all Sagittarius. So when I look at the traits of Sagittarius, our innate traits are, passion, truth. Okay, Martine, you need to go somewhere. Natural philosophers. Come on, down. Sorry. Martine, come on, down. Or lay down. Don't put your, down. Please, I'm sorry. You don't want to see above. We are the natural philosophers, we are passionate, we are the truth seekers, we are the travelers, the explorers. So when somebody does something against you or to you, or you feeling a certain way, look at where you're separated from your natural self, from the traits of who you were born to be. That's the first thing. So, again, Sagittarians are the natural philosophers. We are the truth seekers. And the truth is, one person who told me about the lie, but she didn't tell me specifically. She stated it as a matter of fact. She said, "You did this." No, I didn't. No. So she said it as a matter of fact. And she's been doing things like this to me ever since I've known her, since 1982. And I've let things go by. So I'm being asked to stand in my truth and to call out the things that are not true. So this is some of the things about me that in that nucleus, in that situation, or in that element of my life, I've been fairly silent about. So I'm being asked to step up into my power where I haven't been in that situation. So if you go to the person or people perpetuating these things or saying these things, and everyone is going through things, right? This world is chaotic. There's a lot of uncertainty, not just globally, all over the world. And people have health problems. People have financial problems. People are being laid off. We can't get the products and goods that we need as easily as we can. So there's a lot of stress happening. But the same thing lies for the person perpetuating, whether they are being mean-spirited, whether they are just being bullish or bullying, if they are just creating lies, if they are creating stress and tension, if they're being nasty. And the same thing is for them. Take a look at, you'll probably know their sun sign. You probably will not know their rising sign, depending on how close they are to you. But see where in their astrology and who they were born to be, where they are separated. Where are they separated, or what about you in their presence causes them to be separated from themselves? So when we have a little bit of an understanding that all of these things are about separation, and all of these things that are happening are to bring us into awareness that we have separated from ourselves, that we have separated from the truth of who we are. And if we're fully standing in our truth, then we can't be rocked, right? We can't be rocked. But all of us, in some form or another, are not 100% all of the time connected to ourselves completely. Life happens, the world spins, things come around. We try to be the peacekeepers. We try not to make waves when somebody else is. But if that's not working and things keep happening, look at your own personal astrology. Again, find out your sun sign, which you probably know, and your rising sign. Put those traits, write them out, and write down like one thing somebody has said or done. Now, whether they cheated on you, they broke up with you, it's a broken heart, it's a job that is not aligned, or you're not feeling fulfilled in, or you're going there just to get the paycheck, just to pay the bills, just to make it through one more day, week, or month. Like, we've all been there. I've been there myself as well. But if these things keep coming up, that means we have separation. And again, no one has the right to make things up about you. No one has the right to lie about you, to gossip, to put you down, to talk demeaningly about you to anyone. But in the world we're living, it happens. So what will you do? How will you handle it? I got frustrated. I got upset. I set the record straight. And then I came back to me and I said, okay, what is this teaching me? Because none of these folks are that important to have a vote in my life and how I feel. There's only a few people that I give access to my feelings and allow me to feel a certain way. And when I found myself feeling derailed, I said, okay, so I have to put up this boundary, set the record straight. And look, it's the in-law family, right? So they are my daughter's aunt and uncle. And so obviously I'm going to be seeing them at some point in time. But it will be cordial, but it will be distant, right? The relationship now is severed. They have chosen to create a breakage in that, and maybe that's what needed to happen. Or maybe it'll become stronger later. But so anyway, how does this resonate with you? Like, can you call in a time, or maybe it's even recent, that you've been hurt by someone's actions or that you have hurt someone? You have said something out of anger, out of frustration, because you don't like them. And then what does that tell you about yourself? Where are you separated from yourself? And they're all being called back. All of this stuff, again, is to bring us back to ourself. I talk about this in our videos all the time. Come back to you. Come back to what is true about you. And lean into those traits and let those traits start to grow. And if you don't know how to do that, meditate on it. I know we don't like to meditate, and I'm going to tell you to journal. And a lot of us don't like to journal because then we have to face the truth, right? Have a tarot reading. I'm always here for that, for you, to help you to take the steps to see where you're disconnected and what you can do to bring that connection into fruition. Because here's the thing, you weren't born to be you if you didn't have the capacity to rise to the occasion. You were not born to take on the elements of life if you didn't have the ability to find yourself in the midst of the forest, in the midst of the chaos. So the deeper meaning of a lie is bringing you back to you, having maybe some understanding, right? We want to have some compassion for the folks who are doing things that are not kind, that are not true, that are not honest, understanding where they're coming from. And at the same time, if you need to set that boundary, set the boundary. Lean into your traits, write them down. If you have like a lot of traits, I only have one sign, so I'll have to go through that. If your sun and your ascending are two different signs, like my oldest one, she's a water sign in her sun sign. Her ascending is a fire sign. So completely different elements, right? So she has to learn to navigate and balance those. So you write all these traits down, and then how can you bring these together? How can you bridge, especially opposing energies? Because fire and water, right? Water can put fire out. Fire can boil water and evaporate it into the universe. So there's a balance in there that needs to be found. So if this is helpful for you, let me know if you want to take a deeper dive into this. But everything is always designed to bring you back to yourself. And yeah. So take a deep breath. And again, it is more about them and less about you, but it's still a lesson for you. Where are you disconnected from yourself? Go back to you. Always come back to you. Once you are centered and grounded and fulfilled and you're taking care of yourself, then you're better suited to serve those around you. So I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions, let me know. And until next time, happy October, everyone. Sending you light and love.